BC, brothers and sisters, Erik the Viking is back. It's been a long absence. It's been about a month, which is quite a long time for me. I guess if you guys have all been watching my recent videos, you'll know that I moved house. I'm now moved. I'm going to try and put together a video eventually of a little tour of the house, because this place is great, man. It's quite strange. Basically, me and my girlfriend Sammy lived here before with other people. Fell out with one of the people that lived here, moved out, and they moved out recently, and we thought, let's move back in. You know, both got better paid jobs and all that shit, you know. So yeah, so here we are. This is the dining / music room. You can see the dining tables over here. The records fit perfectly in that corner of the room. Awesome. Let's see if we can have a little look around. That's the hallway through there. So this is the middle room of the house. The kitchen's through there. There's my Coca-Cola sign. I've got the Sevens there and my reel-to-reel. Stereo fits nicely down there, and it's at perfect reaching level when I'm on the chair. Yeah, so this is the middle room of the house, which, yeah, I mean, it's awesome. And there's a window right here, so I've got perfect light. It's the perfect place to have the computer, really. So yeah, that's what's been happening, guys. I've just been trying. Well, we've been moving. We've only just got the internet back a couple of days ago. So obviously, I have bought a lot of stuff since my last video. So it's time for a recent, video of what I bought recently. Some special things that come to mind. In terms of what I've been listening to, I've always been into Brazilian music, but I'm getting more and more into it now, more than ever. Like, it's almost becoming an obsession. Like, I need to learn to speak Portuguese. I really want to go to Brazil and just check it out, man. I don't know if you guys, I've posted on other videos my Marcos Fowley albums, but I've recently been getting into Gilberto Gil, Gal Costa, Caetano Veloso, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Tom Z, Jorge Ben, of course. So I'm starting to buy more Brazilian records, but I'm holding those back. I want to do a big Brazilian video soon. So guys, yeah, again, sorry I've been away. It's been a long absence. I'm going to start watching everyone's videos again. I've got a shitload of catching up to do, man. But it is good to be back. Yeah, so shall we crack on? I think we should crack on. So I've got a couple of Sevens recently, a couple of decent ones. Got this classic funk single produced by Curtis Mayfield, Bring It On Down To Me by Bobby Franklin's Insanity. It's the original pressing with the punch hole. Absolute classic. Nice to get a mint copy of that. It doesn't turn up much over here. I got it sent to me from the States, so I was pleased with that. Another one which has been on my wanted list for a long time now. I don't know if I've mentioned these guys before. Stark Reality. This is their only single that came out of their first single that came out at the time, Say Brother, which was done for the TV show at the time. 1968, I think this is, with Prelude to Say Brother on the B-side. Now, the Say Brother track has been reissued on one of the Stones Throw CDs, but the B-side, which is really nice, you can't get, but it's classed as side B, obviously, but it is, in terms of the way it was recorded, you could tell this was part one of the track, so you could edit them both together, which I may actually do, because it's got a really nice build-up into the main riff at the beginning of the main track. Really nice, man. I paid $50 for this, which I was pleased with because it is mint. I think quite a few mint copies have turned up recently. Obviously, it's on a tiny label. But yeah, I know Seca Funk, I know you're into Stark Reality. I've seen you posted up the albums. I don't know if you guys knew, if you guys are into the Hoagie Carmichael album, the first one, they actually did release a single from that album on the HAP label. Junkman's song was released as a single. I saw it come up for sale once, for £40, and it was a record shop, and I noticed it, I think a day or two late. I called them, just missed it. there's no evidence that that even exists, so I will never know if that, I mean, that must have been the real thing. They had a scan of it and everything. Gutted I missed that, but nice to have that though. Awesome. El Rigo, I posted his album last time that I picked up from Daptone. This is the other single that Daptone brought out, which is actually his funkiest track, which you can see why they put it on the 7. Vimado Wingman, banging track. They released this as a separate single just after the album, so these are still available, you know, about $5 each. Get these while you can because they will go out of stock. Adding more to my Zappa collection, I've finally got a really nice promo English pressing of Tears Began to Fall. I really wanted it because it's got Junior Mint's Boogie on the B-side, which is unavailable elsewhere, even now. It's just an instrumental jam. I mean, this is from the Fillmore East sessions, you know, so I've got 2 American copies of this as well, 2 promos, but they're both the same track on both sides. So it's nice to get one with the actual B-side, and I'd say this English pressing is a lot rarer. Funnily enough, it doesn't play as well as the American ones. It's mastered differently. It's almost a bit too loud. The bass it sort of cuts through, but it's really nice to have, man. And I don't know if I mentioned the Bonzo Dog Band at all, but I'm a big fan of theirs too. Finally got this Viv Stanshall solo single up and after for a while. The Young Ones, a hilarious cover, almost spoken word, typical of Viv Stanshall really. And the Question on the B-side. Not seen that often this, so it was nice to get that. I'm still after a few of his singles actually. I still need Blind Date, which is on the Fly label, produced by Keith Moon. I've never even heard it, so that's quite hard to get. So that's singles I bought recently, not many. On to the albums now. It's in a random order, any order. So, adding to my Kim Fowley collection, I've got Good Clean Fun here, which was the follow-up to Outrageous. Nowhere near as good as Outrageous. It's a lot more experimental. I mean, Outrageous is experimental, but this is a lot more out there. Some of it's all, so a lot of it's spoken word and stuff, but it's still really nice to have a mint original pressing, which is what this is. I'd say this turns up less than Outrageous. It's just not as desirable because it's not as good. The music's nowhere near as mind-melting as Outrageous is, but still a nice one to have. Finally got another Eno album. Eno albums are becoming very rare over here. This is the original English pressing on Ireland of the classic Taking Tiger Mountain by Strategy. His first album where he used the Strategy cards technique. It's got a lovely original Ireland inner as well. And this is a really nice copy. And I got this for £10, which I'm really pleased about because finding these now is very hard. I still need Here Come the Warm Jets, which is my favourite album of his. Still like to get a nice one of those. But I'd say this is probably harder to find than that. So I'm glad I got one of those. From the same guy, for a £5, I got Kevin Ayres Oddities, just a comp from 75. I wanted it just for the track Soon, 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 which was recorded during the Joy of a Toy sessions and is a cracker. I don't know why they left it off. It's brilliant. And it's on the Harvest Heritage label. So it's still a nice 70s green Harvest pressing. Nice to have. Well worth a £5. It's got all it's all basically unreleased stuff and tracks that were released as singles and B-sides only. So it's a nice little way to get all those tracks on one. I mean, I'm not a fan of all of this stuff anyway. I only really like his first 2 albums, but this does cover 70 and 71 mainly, and that's the sort of period I like, so that was good. 1 second. Yeah, this one now is a 12-inch, one of the first releases on the Funk Love and Hate label. Yeah. Roy Porter Sound Machine. Anyone heard of these guys? Or this? Roy Porter was a jazz drummer. He was a bop jazz drummer in the 40s, and you know, sort of went on from there. And then in the 70s, he made 2 killer jazz funk albums. He actually made another one as well under the name JT, which I haven't even heard. But the 2 that he made, Inner Feelings and Jessica, are amazing. There's Jap reissues of them, but even they're about £100 each. But the originals are very expensive. But this goes pretty cheap, this 12, and it's got 4 of the funkiest tracks from those 2 albums on it. Sorry about the glare. It's really sunny here in England today. It's about 28, 29 degrees. Summer's finally here, which is good. Yeah, this is I think this was put out in about '94, so it's quite early. And I'd imagine this is only going to go up in price. I got this for like $7, so that was cool. Fatback Funk, I'm sure you know about that. You've probably got the albums, don't you? Actually, I need to ask you, or actually anyone who's watching this, Second Funk maybe. Now, I'm not showing any Pharaoh Sanders today, although I did pick up Village of the Pharaohs recently. But yeah, I'll file that away, it doesn't matter. I'm sure you guys have seen that, or you know. But I desperately want to get the India Navigation album, Pharaoh. And I know it's very rare. It is his most expensive album. It's because it's one of his best, and I would love to get one. So if anyone's got a spare copy, or can get one, hook me up. Let me know, I'd be very interested. Whether it's trades or money or whatever, we'll sort something out. Okay, Earth, Wind and Fire, second album, Need of Love. Nice to get one of these. Original pressing. This is from the earlier incarnation with just the with Maurice White and his brother, with the only two remaining members after this lineup broke up. So none of the later members are on this album at all. Yeah, this is an original, and this album is deep. First album's even better, but these two albums are my favourite Earth, Wind and Fire albums. They're just really raw. And of course this is before they went over to CBS, which is when they started getting recognised a bit more. This is another classic, which I've been after for a while, On the Avenue by Ronnie Foster, brilliant Blue Note funk jazz album. Really nice, man. Just for the track What Happened to the Sunshine, that was what turned me on to Ronnie Foster, really. And of course, Mystic Brew from Two-Headed Freak. But yeah, this is from 73, I think, or 74. It's an original. A nice Blue Note inner sleeves. There you go. What's that? Awesome album. All of this, he only did about 4 albums for Blue Note, but they're all really good. Dropped it. Shit. Oh man. That was lucky. Okay. Yeah, new stuff now. You guys got this? The Step Kids? I'm a big fan of Stone's Throw anyway. I need to post up a hip hop video because I'm bang on my hip hop, man. Not just, I mean, in terms of newer stuff, more underground, but I love the old school stuff as well, more, you know. But Stone's Throw are a great label, man. This comp I've actually got on in the background was put together by Stone's Throw. So not only does Stone's Throw deal in hip hop and that, I mean, Mad Lib's on there. Peanut Butter Wolf owns it. They deal in really good funk as well. And the Step Kids are a new signing. 3 guys from California, session musicians. They played for like Alicia Keys and people like that. And they've made this really heavy psychedelic soul album. And it's really good. And I would recommend you guys check it out. If you like Rotary Connection and stuff like that, check this out, man. It's a good album. It's only about half an hour long, which is pretty short for an album by these standards today, but it's really good. You'll want to listen to it again. In terms of other recent releases, I also got Charles Bradley. This guy is amazing. He's on the Daptone label. Well, this label is actually owned by Daptone, Dunham Records. I mean, how much does he look like JB? Look at that, man. I think the story with him is he's in his 50s now, and this is his first album. And he was a James Brown impersonator for years, and he only just got noticed. And he does sound like him, but he's still got his own style. It's, you know, it's like really funky soul, and it just sounds like, I mean, even the label they've done is like really old school. They really do put a lot of work into their pressings, Daptone. Yeah, this is really nice. Seriously, guys, if you haven't heard this, get it, because it is brilliant. You get a nice little insert with it too. Really good album. So it just goes to show there's still some good soul and funk coming out, man. It's just not getting the recognition it deserves. Not in England, anyway. Another classic, On This Night by Archie Shepp. Got a nice original stereo impulse on the predominantly orange label. As you know, these are getting pretty rare now, and this is a really nice copy. Can't hide that glare, but yeah, you can see how lovely that looks. Anders, I'm sure you have this. I got this for £15. it just goes to show, you know, you can still get some bargains because these albums now, the original American pressings, you just don't see them over here. Another artist I've got into fairly recently, Tim Hardin. Now, I'd known about him for years. I'm a massive fan of people like Tim Buckley, and in a way, Tim Hardin was quite similar, you know, sort of folky, jazzy artist, and he had a lot of troubles. Died of a heroin overdose, sadly, at a very young age. This is his 5th album, Sweet for Susan Moore and Damien. Really trippy stuff, man. This is his most sparse album, really. 1969. It's really good. There's some really surprisingly funky cuts on here too. But the thing with Tim Hardin, I mean, I heard his first album first. As you do. His voice is just amazing. He just sounds like, I don't know, like he's just there's a lot of power in his voice. And when you look at what he looked like, he didn't look like he had that kind of power, if you know what I mean. That album's really good, and I think generally that is regarded as one of his best now. It's not the easiest album to get into because it's very, very minimal. A lot of it's just him on guitar or piano singing, or like a bit of percussion and that. But it's just awesome. This is my first Don Cherry album. I don't have any Don Cherry stuff just because they're so rare over here. Now this is one of the later ones called 76 Here and Now. There's hardly any free jazz elements on this, but this is still a really good funky fusion album. I was really impressed by this. The one before, Brown Rice, is really good too. This is the first one I've got, Don Cherry's. You just don't see them over here now. I got this for like $10. So yeah, it goes quite cheap, and it's got the old promo DJ time strip at the bottom as well, which hasn't been written on, which is good. Yeah, so that's a good album. I just love Don Cherry anyway. I love all of his stuff. Such an innovator. He was just completely out there. Rest in peace, man. He left us way too early too. Another album I've got into recently, Funk from Peru, Black Sugar. This isn't the original, I'm afraid. This is an American repressing from the 90s on Lazarus, but still really nice. The track Pussycat, awesome. It's on YouTube, so check it out, because this album is banging. I'd love to get an original. The second album's good as well. They only did 2 albums. The second one's really good too. Adding to my This Heat collection, I've only got the Seep so far, and now I've got the Health and Efficiency EP too, which I think is one of their best tracks. That track, Health and Efficiency, is just superb. And as ever, it's just completely out there and sounds like it was made today. And I've literally just bought the first album, which I've got coming as well. I got it for 30 quid, which is cheap, I think, as a first pressing. But yeah. And the B-side, Graphic and Vary Speed, it actually instructs you to play it at any speed, because it's literally just sort of electronic tone going on for about 15 minutes that's been manipulated, and they were really ahead of their time, man. I mean, this is 1979, I think? 1980. The track Health and Efficiency, seriously, guys, it's on YouTube, listen to it. Erik, I know you're into This Heat, and I know there's a few of you that are into post-punk in general. These guys really took it by the balls, and yeah, they knew what they were doing. Finally got my favourite Crimson album, Starless and Bible Black. I bought this thinking it was the English pressing. It's not, it's the American one at Atlantic, which will do for now, but I would like to get the one on Ireland, but don't see it often now. But it's got the lyric sheet too, which is nice, because I didn't even know if the American one came with a lyric sheet, but there you go, it did. Yeah, this is on Atlantic. Yeah, I love King Crimson anyway, but this is probably my favourite one. Awesome stuff. Now all I need is Islands, and then I've got them all. But I do want to get an English one of these, really. Finally got one of these babies. Tony, if you're watching, This is an original English pressing of Yeti. I got this for £20, man. The sleeve's a bit worn on the edges, but the records are really nice. That's the only thing, is the sleeve's a little bit tatty, but it always is, because the English one was like a textured sleeve. Oh man, this is one of the albums that got me into krautrock, really. I'll show you the labels here. You can see that alright? So that's, yeah. If you want an introduction to krautrock, if you haven't heard it, get it. You won't be disappointed. So yeah, nice one. I'm really pleased with that for £20. That was really good. And I got a copy of Tego Mega off the same person as well to replace my own, because my one had a tatty sleeve, and now I've got one with a mint sleeve. I've already sold the other one, though. It wasn't around for long. Now the Tribe label, Second Funk. I know you posted up. I'm deep into Tribe, man. I like all the stuff on the label. My favourite album is probably the Harold McKinney one, which I can't find anywhere and is very expensive. But I probably would be willing to pay a bit of money for it, but I just can't get one. But at the moment I've just got reissues. I haven't got any original Tribe albums. This of course is Gemini by Marcus Belgrave. Awesome album. And the great thing about Tribe albums is they had several different sleeve designs. I think this was one of the later sleeve designs. I know Second Funk, you showed your original copy, which is on the lovely sleeve with the sort of landscape on it. This is a pressing on Soul Jazz Records in the 90s. Still a really nice pressing. Yeah, that's the sad thing about the Tribe stuff. You know, not the sad thing, about the Harold McKinney album, it's the only one that hasn't been repressed, so if I want one I'm going to have to get an original, unless someone wants to repress it. Also got Reflections in the Sea of Nernan. This was one of the last ones on the label by Doug Hammond and David Durra. Doug Hammond of course went on to make some killer albums, but this is probably his best. Just really mellow jazz and funk. Really good vocal tracks on here as well. Yeah, of course this is a reissue too. But still, you know, for reissues these aren't too bad. They're thick vinyl. They're good quality. They sound alright. They may even sound better than the originals, I don't know. I don't know how good quality the originals were. And of course I got the mother of all Tribe albums. This was the first one I heard. I don't need to give any introductions to this. This is the pressing though, which came out on Hefty Records in 2001. So you got, the first disc is the complete album, and the second disc has got an extended take of Vibes from the Tribe. So it's basically the album version, but it's got an extra, like, it's like 12 minutes long, so it's like the complete take. It's got an 8-track version of Vibes from the Tribe, a completely different take, and an extended take of Sounds from the Village as well. So it's nice to get those, just to hear them. Oh, this album's just brilliant. This is definitely one of the best that Tribe put out, and I think this is probably the rarest as well. That's the standard label there, Tribe Records. No, sorry, Hefty Records. But even this is, I haven't seen this much. I don't think you see this that often. And they really have done a good job at reissuing this one. This is like 180 gram vinyl shit, so that's cool. Another one I've been after for a long time, Mizzle Brothers. Now I know I've shown like my Bobby Humphreys and Donald Byrds, but this now, Dave, Fatback Funk, I'm sure you're watching this. The Shadow Dude. Now this is Gary Bartz's best album by far, and definitely one of the best albums the Mizzle Brothers produced. I mean, it's nothing like Gary Bartz's earlier stuff, which I also love, the NTU Troop stuff, and some of his earlier sort of more avant-garde stuff, but this album is just Mizzle all over, man. But the tracks are just great. And for a lineup here, man, you've got Hubert Eves, Larry Mizzle, Reggie Lucas, Michael Henderson, Howard King, M2May, you know, it's awesome. And this is an original pressing on Prestige. This album goes for crazy money now, or on eBay it does anyway, but I guess that's eBay. I got this for £20, so I was really pleased with that because it is mint. The only flaw is there's a cut corner, but that don't really bother me, man. So this has gone to a very good home, and I've finally completed my Gary Bartz collection with that. And the last one, which is another one that I've been after for years, and this has also completed my collection, which I'm very excited about, is, now, yeah, I know this seems like quite a common album Fred Wesley and the JBs, damn right I am somebody, but try finding an English pressing on Polydor. It's not easy. This is the first English pressing. I got this for £30 off Discogs. I think it had only just come out, and look, laminated sleeve, and it's not a German one either. This is an actual English one. So this was the only JB's album I needed. Now I've got them all. I can sleep peacefully. Beautiful, beautiful condition. So guys, as you can see, I think I've got some pretty decent stuff recently. Not meaning to show off or anything, but yeah, I'm pretty pleased with what I've got. I hope you guys will notice that I've actually put this video up, because like I say, I've been away for a little while. It's good to be back. I will start posting every day again if I can. I'm also working more on my music now. I've got some acoustic gigs coming up, so I might put up some videos of me playing acoustic and singing if you guys want to see it. I don't know. Yeah, and the band's coming along too. I'm going to start doing more updates with that, because why not, you know. It seems that a lot of us here play music, so we should all talk about it. And that reminds me as well, Ollie, your music is awesome. I need to listen to more of your albums, but I really like what I've heard so far. Yeah, Ollie, you do rule. Guys, thanks for watching, VC. I hope you guys are all good. Sorry, I've got really itchy eyes today. It's my hay fever. Yeah, I will definitely try and post another video tomorrow, and I will probably be up very late tonight as I don't have work tomorrow, so I can watch through videos and comment, and it's going to be awesome. Guys, thanks for watching. Peace.